Cool.
This is a rather serious issue, one that we cannot pretend is anything other than a transparent attempt to end voter-led initiatives. You see, Democrats do not hide the fact that they want to get rid of voter-led initiatives. Democrats do not like it when voters say, you're not doing what we want you to do, so we're going to force you into doing it. They hate that. Generally speaking, tyrants don't like it when people tell them what to do. It's just so ironic that the tyrants in this case are the ones who pretend are fighting tyranny coming from Donald Trump, who's an autocrat or something. They've introduced a bill in the Senate, 5382, that would require signature gatherers to meet all of these different responsibilities, all of which are pretty much impossible for them to do. For example, when you go out and someone comes up to you and has their little pamphlet or petition, it's on usually large paper for some reason. It's like they can't just have two normal pieces of paper. They have to have one big piece. And they show it to you and they say, hey, would you sign it? And you read it over, or you pretend to read it over. You just look at the headline of it and then you decide, oh, I want to save puppies. And so you sign it, you put your address on it, and then you move on. Well, every single time that happens, the signature gatherer has to make sure that, one, the petitioner signed the sheet, provided accurate information, meaning, did I put down my information correctly? As a person who's signing it, the petitioner, or the signature gatherer has to make sure what I'm putting down is accurate. How might they do that? I don't know. Are they supposed to then go for, and remember, this is for tens of thousands of signatures, or really hundreds of thousands of signatures. They're going to have to take the name, go online to the voter database, the registration database at the state level, put in all the information, and then just double check to make sure it's correct. Because if it's wrong, you now can face legal penalties. That's number one. You have to make sure that the petitioner was eligible to sign and reviewed the sheet adequately. How in the world you do that? I don't know. I have no clue how you would do that. Then you have to make sure somehow that the person who is signing the sheet was not compensated or promised compensation or gratuity for signing. How do you do that? How do you do that?
I don't know.
Well, let's just play this out. You're the person signing. I'm the person who's getting your signature. Excuse me, sir or ma'am, I can't tell. Please look at this petition and tell me you want to sign it.
I want to sign it.
Okay, now sign it. Put your name down. Okay. I think is that an L or a T?
It's neither.
What is it? An I?
No.
Okay, you got to redo it again. Okay, now what is it?
I think that was
You think you're the one who just wrote it?
I think you're looking at the Y there.
Okay, so that's a Y.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's, now that I know it's a Y, I can see it. I'm sure that the state is going to be fine with it. Can I have your ID?
Okay.
Because I got to go check it out now. So now I'm going to go online. Give me a couple minutes. Let me go on. What's the website again? I thought I bookmarked it, but I can't. Oh, man. Just SOS, Washington, something like that. Okay, I got it. Put it all in, type it all in. Oh, okay, great. Are you eligible to sign this?
Yes, I think so.
Can you give me your background? I just want to make sure that you didn't do any time that might prevent you from getting involved in this in some way. Oh, no, it's Washington State, so you're fine. We give all these rights back to felons. You were not compensated for this, right?
No.
Okay. Turn it in.
Okay.
A couple months later, Mr. Jackson over here says, actually, and this has nothing to do with the fact that I am a union stooge or a member of the Democratic Socialists of America, which is generally completely opposed to what it is I just signed. I didn't thoroughly read this, and I was offered gratuity from someone. Oh, I guess we got to get rid of all that signature then. That's what could happen. Can anyone envision this easily being taken advantage of?
Yes, I could.
Easily. This is so absurd. This is so absurd. And if you get anything wrong or even perceived to be wrong, let's say, for example, you put your address and you just moved to a different apartment in the same, or a different unit in the same apartment. I've done this semi-recently. My number used to be 1 and now it's 2, for example. Let's say you're doing it and you signed it as 1, but you're now in 2. It was a total mistake. You're just going by muscle memory. Yeah, you are now, as a signature gatherer, violating this bill. Even though you didn't even do it, but you didn't double check or triple check. You didn't have a lie detector test with you to administer to every single person who was signing. This is what they're doing. Why? Because they know it's impossible to follow. They know it's now a disincentive for people to go ahead and institute even the thought of a campaign for a voter-led initiative. They're, of course, saying it on the Democrat side that, this is all about ensuring security because they want our elections to be secure and accurate. That's what they've been known for the last several
They're
years,
always harping
especially.
on it, you know.
They've been going out of their way to say, I think we could have some, some new policies in place to make it a little bit more secure. This is just them being consistent. Or this is really about them getting rid of the voter-led initiatives, which is what they've said they wanted to do, but they don't want to directly say it because they know it's unpopular, so they're going to do it this way. Shameful. Disgusting.
So they're afraid of the will of the people?
They are terrified of the will of the people. They're terrified. They don't like it that when they pass something everyone says they don't want, them coming back and saying, okay, here's an initiative because we didn't want that. Oh, gosh darn it. I worked really hard to ignore the will of the people. And now you're coming at me with this? How dare you, sir? How dare you, ma'am? How dare you, them? That's what this is about. And right now they're going to get away with it for 2 reasons. Number 1, most people have no idea that this is happening. Number 2, the media is choosing to ignore this clear threat. And in fairness to the media in the Seattle area, they are very busy feigning outrage over child rapists being arrested. And that takes a lot of your time.
Only so much airtime, you know.
You know what? You've only got 30 minutes in a newscast. You've got to at least put 7 minutes into a snow report. We'll send a reporter out to the Hoquiam Ace hardware store to talk about how they don't have any more shovels. Okay, thanks. Got to do that. And so that doesn't leave you much time left once you factor in all of the interviews you'll be doing with people on the street talking about how, I don't like the ICE raids. They're just going after kids as they're going into the school without, of course, correcting them and pointing out that that's not actually happening. So this isn't getting the attention that it so desperately needs. I've got a story almost done. It'll go up tomorrow that people can share. But y'all better be paying attention to this. This is serious. And if you supported any of the initiatives last year, ones that reversed a ban on vehicular pursuits, understand that if this bill passes, you will never, ever, ever get to do that again. You will not get to do that again. It is intentional.
I thought Republicans were the threat to democracy, though.
Well, they are too. They are the threat. I mean, them getting in the way of a threat to democracy is the threat to democracy. When you define democracy as just allowing Democrats total control over everything.
Oh, okay. It's very esoteric.
When you think about it, it does make sense. I mean, you do have to put a little bit of thought into it.